Rogers Eco Tours is a family-owned business that is committed to providing safe and comfortable tours. Nickhail Rogers, co-owner and tour operator, is here to give us some insight into this business. Good morning, Nickhail, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning, and thanks for having me here today.
Oh, pleasure indeed. So I'm going to start right off the bat. It is a family-owned business. Who started the business, and why did you choose to continue in this business?
The business was started by my father, my late father, Hugh Rogers. Okay. Sadly, he passed away in 2016. Okay. My brother was already working alongside my father, and I was working at the Marriott Resort. Around 2015 is when I resigned from Marriott to join, and then 2016 is when he passed on. Okay. I felt obligated partially to carry on the torch for the family business, because it is and has been a successful business for what it is, and to let it fall apart or to not be a part of it and its growth it's a crime in my eyes, my soul. Okay,
I have a follow-up question. From getting a salary to working for your own salary, how hard was the transition?
How hard was the transition? It wasn't too hard. Okay. As I said, there was already momentum. My dad did the groundwork in the beginning. So my brother and I's responsibility was just to maintain the momentum and help it to grow.
Okay, good stuff.
All right, so what's the experience been like working with your brother so intimately now?
The friction moments, and it has its great moments when things start to come together and our vision and ideas bouncing off each other just grow and flourish into something that's wonderful and productive. But yeah, they're as you would imagine, when you have two different minds in a watertight space, you would have conflict events sometimes, but nothing too big to destroy the ship.
That's good, because definitely don't want that at all. All right, so let's talk about your own personal interest. Obviously, you felt obligated to join the family business, but were there things or aspects about the business, given the way that you were raised and your relationship with your dad and your brother as well, that informed how your transition was to the business?
Say that again?
Your transition, good, easy, based on your interests in hiking, tours, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it was easy. However, there was some speed bumps, because of course I had to learn with my brother the ways of knowing the who and who's, and just learning the ropes, because I was not deeply involved in the business from the before while I was working at Marriott. So getting into it and his sudden passing, it left very little transition time to shadow and to learn the ropes. So my brother and I had to kind of figure out things as we went along. And it took maybe 1 or 2 years, but we got the groove and we got things going in the emotion that it was going already. And then after that, we could start to grow.
All right, great.
Okay. So besides your dad, what else inspired you to follow the path?
Besides my dad, well, just the love for nature and the love for hiking. It's being a tour guide or a tour operator. It's a wonderful thing, because for me, I get exercising is part of my job. Nice. So you get to walk in the forest, and something that's pleasing to the mind and the soul, being in the forest. Exercising your heart. And also, it's wonderful when you get to meet or have great persons on the hike with you that you're guiding, and you get to educate them on the flora, the fauna, the geography, the history, and you also get to hear a bit about their life, and they may sometimes educate me on certain things that I may not know. So it's more than just a one-sided tour, but it's actually building rapport and a friendship with somebody.
Oh, nice. So have you had tourists that would have been on your tour, or locals that would have been on the tour that are repeat?
Yes. Well, the repeat no, okay. but locals, yes. We've done tours or transportation tasks with Armstrong Farms. Okay. They had they had this thing where you pick your own fruit, yes, and you fill your basket and you go home with that. So we did work with Armstrong Farms. We did work with the History Club at CFBC to go up to Dudon's Pond. Okay. Just to name a few. So outside of doing tours for visitors to the island, we do a little bit of local stuff as well. And, it's fun because it's interactive and you get to meet people and exercise at the same time.
Well, naturally so. I see some pictures there. Not that you would remember where they were taken or whom, but what was some of the most exciting engagements, as we're looking at the pictures now, that you've had interactions with people who've not been to, say, a natural place like St. Kitts and Nevis before?
Well, just to see their amazement. They're like, I do the volcano, Mount Liamiga, very frequently.
Nice.
So walk in the park, you should do that.
I could imagine.
And doing that hike, you get two different type of reactions. You get the reaction where it's like, oh my God, who would want to do this on their vacation? Why did I choose to do this? And then you have the reaction where these persons are amazed by every single thing. It's like, look at this dirt, look at this leaf, look at that bird.
Even the dirt.
Everything is just amazing to them, and it's new and exciting. So I love that experience, and I giggle at the other one. But you know, it's just enjoying the different, appreciating the experiences, and educating each one on how it could influence their life or better their lives through their interaction with me. That's a show a little kindness, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you listen to the Random Acts of Kindness. That's sweet. So we know ecotourism is an all nature-based activity. So what activities do Rogers Tour offer other than hiking, as you would have mentioned?
Well, there's only one thing outside of hiking that we offer at the moment. We offer our Jeep safaris, our off-road 4x4 excursions. Okay. That's more popular for persons who are not, well, you know, their legs, walking-wise, isn't a good option for them. So that's something that we offer. Go up to the mountain range and the old, excuse me to go dialect, the tractor paths of old years. The young kids wouldn't know that.
What?
They wouldn't know it's a tractor path.
Oh no, boy.
Young kids, you're aging yourself, Nickhail?
It is what it
is.
It's true. Yes, it is what it is. It is what it is. I embrace who I am today.
I love it. I love it.
All right. So obviously, one of the descriptors that is used to describe Rogers Eco Tours is that you provide an inviting escape. What does that mean to you?
It goes back to just interacting with the persons and getting their mind off of the mundane work or household duties. Because just being in the forest alone, it's a therapeutic thing. There has been studies that show, I think it was in Japan or China, I think it's probably Japan, that certain doctors would prescribe going for a walk in the forest. So, and yeah, of course, everyone knows about when it comes to sleep, just listening to the wind blowing through the leaves or the ocean sounds. So just exposing yourself to the forest and getting away from the technology and the man-made items, so to speak, that's something that helps you to escape. And then, you know, adding our knowledge and skill set to interact with the individuals and help them to take their mind away from the mundane and bring them more into the present moment. That's how we help persons to escape.
Okay.
Nice.
I want to escape right now after listening to you.
Nickhail, how important is it, do you think, for us as humans to know about the environment, or for you as a tour guide to raise awareness about the environment?
Oh, it is above important. The further away, I believe, the further away we go, us as human beings, Homo sapiens, go away from our natural roots. The more we become stressed, the more we become detached, the more we become delusional, and it carries us down a road of unfortunate existence. Sure. And I mean, when you turn on the news and you see what's going on, you know, the more connected you are to nature and what you actually are on this planet, the more you be grounded and able to appreciate the small things and the big things as to how wonderful a life we have. As today, you know, you turn on the pipe, there's water on the pipe, you flip a switch, the lights come on. Once upon a time, you know, what you had to do to get lights and water. But that's before my time, but I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Okay, so you're old, but not that old. We get it. All right. Apart from the tours, let's talk about the merchandise. I understand that you have merchandise. Tell us about this.
So yes, on our website, rogersecotours.com, we have some T-shirts and some mugs on sale, so you could go and order. We do promote it a lot with the visiting guests because they love to have this memorandum for when they came to the island, and they had the experience of having to walk in the park to go up to the volcano. So the persons, especially those persons who love to order stuff, sometimes would have stuff on hand to get that they would be able to buy on the spot.
Okay.
But most of it is online, so we don't have as much stock on hand. So it's when you order online, the shirt will be printed and then shipped.
Okay.
But there's just some small things.
Some small things.
So,
okay. Looks great.
So any plans to open a merch shop here in St. Kitts anytime soon?
No, that's not in our near future. Maybe when we become a name brand, that could be a potential, but you don't want to jump too far ahead.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Jimmy.
The website, okay. Booking. Can you book through the website as well?
Yes, you can book through the website. You go online and there's a portion on the website that you could actually log into and make your booking. It would be forwarded. We will be sent a notification, and we'll get in contact with you. And I see that one of the sponsors that you guys have is JadCash, and that is the service that we use for transactions as well.
Okay, yes.
That's a nice plug.
Yes, it is. It is.
So the vision. Let's speak about the vision. A mindful experience of the St. Kitts Rainforest Reserve.
Once from start to finish, I'll just keep repeating. It's about educating our enlightening persons about the different plants, the different animals, how everything is interconnected and how everything influences something else, and bring everything into perspective. It's sad to me when you see persons littering, driving in a bus, and you throw stuff out in the side of the road, but they don't have the connection in their minds to see how that affects things in the long run. So, having conversation with the persons, be it local or visitors, to connect these small dots and show the importance or the sensitivity of nature, and how you could influence it by just wasting water at home.
Yeah.
Or just having on lights that are not being used, the amount of fuel that's burnt at the power plant. And I even go into conversations about, the power plant here. Like we should be going solar soon, I think. So, all these things come into conversation, and you connect the dots and you help persons to appreciate what we have and how sensitive it is and could easily be taken away from us if we don't appreciate it.
Wow, indeed.
That makes a lot of sense. One of the things I want to talk to you about before we let you go is being a tour guide, tour operator, business owner in that space. When we talk about COVID-19, the way that you were impacted, are you rebounding now? And what was that experience like through COVID for you and the business?
COVID was a challenging time because nothing was happening. All the cruises stopped, the flights stopped, everything was in lockdown. It was difficult. Luckily, there was some assistance given out by Social Security and good business planning to have savings.
Yes, indeed.
So that helped. Those two things helped a lot during that period. There were one or two small jobs or tours that happened, but we basically held the fort down and tried to be as minimalistic as possible.
Okay. So were the locals not doing tours whilst we had no flights?
Not really. I did observe that more locals were just going out and walking more in the afternoons and going in the forest and doing things, but no one was, everybody was locked down tight.
Gotcha. So in terms of the ratio of, people who take advantage of your business, locals versus tourists, what's that ratio like for you?
It's probably like 90 to 10%. 10% locals, 90% foreign.
Oh, so it's mostly,
Yes.
All right, so you've got to tell us now. This is your opportunity to tell us why locals should actually
go on a tour.
go on a tour with you.
When, as a local, to get the education and the information and also have a safe, secure tour and that you don't miss the small things as you walk along. Because I know it's fun to go out with your friends in the forest and do things, but you pass over so many important and significant things that you may not notice on your own. So coming with Rogers Eco Tours or any other tour company for that matter, it would help you to point out the small significant things that you could take with you back home and share with your friends and family.
That's so nice.
Great connection. Yeah.
And how can they reach you?
You could reach us through, you could check out www.rogersEcoTours.com, or you could contact 662-5760 to call, and email address is rogersrainforest@gmail.com.
Nickhail, I have one more question for you. Are you on TripAdvisor?
Yes, they are on TripAdvisor.
What is your star rating?
I think it's 5 stars right now, 5 out of 5.
So you need to go, guys. guys, you should go.
Yes,
That's
definitely,
good.
definitely.